moved down to the ranch in Texas, and I went down there and made a pact with my wife and said, I'm not going back to work unless I get offered roles I want to do.
Matthew McConaughey is a Hollywood poster boy popular for his unique voice. The Texas-born actor gained fame in the 1990s, eventually winning the Academy Award for Best Actor. But his career is not the most interesting part of his life. His love life is. Before his 12-year marriage to Camila Alves, Matthew McConaughey had a rich relationship history, including several high-profile romances with some of Hollywood's most recognized actresses and models. Much to everyone's surprise, Matthew McConaughey has just made a huge announcement about his wife. What shocking truths couldn't Matthew McConaughey keep to himself anymore? Join us as we share the true story behind this fairy tale love story. Matthew McConaughey's viral announcement. Deeply reflecting on his life and the influence of his wife, Camila Alves, on the man he had evolved to be, Matthew McConaughey announced that despite his celebrity status and public image before meeting Camila, becoming who he is now wouldn't have been possible if it wasn't for Camila. He implied that in all the years of romantic escapades, he was only part the man he is today. And when Camila came into his life, she changed him in ways he never thought were possible. One thing Matthew McConaughey finds interesting about Camila Alves' unexplainable influence is that despite the evidence that he's changed a great deal, there was never a time when Camila tried to change him, introducing an interesting oxymoron to their love story. How does a woman make such a lasting change to a man without even trying to do so in the first place? When Matthew began to connect the dots on Camila's approach, he remarked that Camila wasn't particularly interested in changing him. Rather, she encouraged him to be himself. To Matthew, this must have felt like a contrasting experience because he wasn't sure he would ever find unconditional love. He admitted that as he approached 40 as an unmarried man, he felt the pressure to settle down, but didn't want to let anxiety lead to hasty decisions. Then, just when Matthew had stopped searching, Camila walked into his life. The Hollywood actor, who was 53 years old at the time, became something completely different. In fact, in the first 6 years of their marriage, Matthew McConaughey was so drawn in that he and his wife, Camila Alves, did not spend more than 9 days apart, and he describes their love as something he never questions. Matthew McConaughey often describes Alves as his better half, speaking richly on their relationship, which has spanned 18 years. In his book Greenlights, he shares insights about their love story and how Camila's independence and support have influenced him positively. Addressing the supportive nature of their partnership and speaking on the specifics, he stated that Camila Alves encourages him to be his best self, and this subconsciously impacted him in the long run. This also touches on the mutual respect they share. The aftermath of McConaughey's announcement. In the wake of his public announcement, blogs and relationship experts have jumped on the analysis wagon, trying to discuss the nuances. Fans and the general public are buzzing over Matthew McConaughey's revelation about how his wife, Camila Alves, shaped him into the man he is today. For a lot of people, this story is both heartwarming and touching. This is because it is not every day that a Hollywood poster boy credits his transformation to a woman who didn't even try to change him. Naturally, the internet has opinions, and when something like this hits the public space, the reactions are as diverse as you'd expect. Some people are all in on the romance angle. They share in the sentiment that true love changes everything, hailing Camila as a modern-day fairy godmother who has turned a carefree lover boy into a grateful husband. Others are a bit more skeptical, claiming that Matthew's turnaround was always going to happen, whether Camila Alves was involved or not. They argued that as Matthew matured, it was only right for him to crave and want stability, And it just so happened Camila was the nearest stopover when that time came. And of course, there's the camp of the public that wants to know exactly how she pulled it off, so they can further appraise the superpowers women walk around with. From a professional standpoint, psychologists and relationship experts might chalk this up to the power of supportive partnerships, as we hinted before. Some therapists explain that in the realm of lovers, when one partner creates an environment where the other feels accepted and encouraged, real change can happen. It's less about pushing someone to be different, and more about inspiring them to want to grow. Camila's approach seems to have been exactly that. She apparently just let Matthew find his way while being his anchor. Some professionals also complimented this, explaining that McConaughey was ready for change, but he also needed the right person to spark it. And that's where Camila comes in. Her presence could have acted as a mirror, showing him the potential he always had outside his already booming career. But maybe he didn't see it in himself. It's not so much that she fixed him because he wasn't broken, but that she helped him focus on becoming his best self. And shortly after their union was made official, Matthew McConaughey picked up an Academy Award for his role in Dallas Buyers Club, which was released in 2013. Skeptics have also thrown in their opinion, and they argue that this kind of transformation is rare. But at the end of the day, this McConaughey's story is relatable because it taps into something universal. It spins the idea that love, when done right, can bring out the best in us. And one thing is for sure, Matthew's announcement has got people talking. This conversation is already wholesome, and we are not even done yet. For someone who has had a range of high-profile romantic escapades, in various interviews McConaughey has also opened up on these past relationships, often describing them as formative experiences that helped him understand what he truly wanted in a partner. Let us take a quick detour and run through his romantic escapades and why Matthew thinks Camila stands in a class of her own. The spark of real affection. Matthew McConaughey journey with Camila Alves. Matthew McConaughey met Camila Alves in 2006 at a bar in Los Angeles. At the time, he was an established actor known for his romantic comedies and had begun to transition into more serious roles. Camila Alves, on the other hand, was a Brazilian model and television host who was relatively new to the Hollywood scene. Their initial meeting was by chance. McConaughey met Alves at a club on Sunset Boulevard while he was out with friends. He was captivated by her beauty and presence, which led to an immediate attraction. When McConaughey approached Alves, he chose not to use a typical pickup line or even introduce himself by name. Unlike his previous relationships, where he often felt pressure from fame and prying public eyes, his connection with Alves felt genuine and refreshing. Camila Alves did not initially recognize him, and this was something McConaughey found appealing, as it allowed for an authentic interaction without the influence of his celebrity status. During their initial contact, they quickly found common ground in their shared values and passions. And after their first date, which took place just 3 nights after they met, McConaughey felt compelled to see Alves again almost immediately. He expressed his excitement about wanting to go on another date every other night. By the time McConaughey met Camila Alves, he had been involved in a series of relationships that had formed his views on love and commitment. Before eventually marrying Camila Alves in 2012, Matthew McConaughey had several notable relationships that shaped his views on love and partnership. He was linked to high-profile actresses such as Sandra Bullock and Gisele Bündchen. As a quick rundown of his pre-Camila love life, Matthew McConaughey dated Sandra Bullock in the late 1990s after they co-starred in A Time to Kill, which was released in 1996. Their romance was widely covered in the media, and both actors have spoken fondly of each other since their split. Bullock's grounded nature and comedic timing likely appealed to McConaughey, who was still establishing his identity in Hollywood at the time. McConaughey was also linked to actress Ashley Judd in the early 2000s. Unlike his first affair, their relationship was relatively private, but it attracted media attention due to both actors' rising fame. Judd's strong personality and career ambitions may have appealed to McConaughey during this period, as he was also navigating the complexities of newfound fame. Also around the early 2000s, McConaughey had a brief relationship with actress Penelope Cruz. They had starred together in Sahara, which was released in 2005, and their on-screen chemistry translated into a real-life romance, though it was also short-lived. Cruz's vibrant personality and international background may have added an exciting flavor to their relationship, but she wasn't the last specimen for his romantic experiments. One of McConaughey's more publicized relationships was with Brazilian supermodel Gisele Bündchen. They dated from 2006 until early 2007, and their celebrity status made them a popular couple in tabloids. This relationship further fuels the idea that Matthew McConaughey is often drawn to strong, independent women. But like the others, his endeavors with Gisele also ended as both pursued their careers, which likely took them in different paths. Around that time, McConaughey already met Camila Alves, who was another Brazilian, but she didn't exactly happen next. After Gisele, McConaughey was again romantically linked to singer and actress Jessica Simpson around 2007. Their relationship was characterized by playful public appearances and media coverage, but it eventually fizzled out as both moved on to other commitments. And then Camila Alves happened next. These relationships, while tongue-wagging at the time, did not lead to long-term commitments. McConaughey has often reflected on these experiences, suggesting that they taught him valuable lessons about love, compatibility, and what he truly desired in a partner. Though Matthew McConaughey enjoyed the excitement of dating some of the most beautiful women in Hollywood, something still felt missing. According to him, these relationships lacked the depth and mutual support that he later found with Camila Alves. But that didn't mean the ladies were the problem, or that they weren't particularly right for him. As Matthew later revealed, his mindset and disposition to these relationships largely affected their success or otherwise. McConaughey has expressed that during his earlier romantic escapades, he was primarily focused on embracing his newfound fame. At that time, he was someone enjoying the single life and not actively seeking a serious relationship. However, meeting Alves changed his perspective permanently. He was a free-spirited individual who was content with the pace of his single life before meeting Alves. But as their relationship progressed, McConaughey appreciated her persona and strong work ethic in a way he hadn't noticed with some of his previous relationships. Also, he felt more pressure or expectations in those relationships than with Camila Alves. Alves's supportive approach also allowed their bond to deepen, and McConaughey soon began to see her as someone who could potentially be a lifelong partner. It was then that the transition to serious commitment was starting to become clear. Alves later shared that she was initially hesitant about dating someone like Matthew McConaughey solely because he was so famous. She was concerned about the scrutiny that would come with it. However, their chemistry was there for all to see, and they started dating shortly after their first encounter. After several years of dating, McConaughey proposed to Camila Alves on Christmas Day, 2011, and they tied the knot on June 9, 2012, in an intimate ceremony at their home in Austin, Texas. The wedding was attended by close family and friends, showing their desire for privacy amidst their public lives. Building a life together. If you think this beautiful love story is pristine, you couldn't be more wrong. The McConaugheys faced challenges that extended beyond the prying public eyes. Camila herself had to deal with some internal frictions, and together they had to face the ever-curious, ever-constant public gaze. The shared values they discovered during their early days have also been a constant theme in their union. What challenges have the McConaughey's had to deal with? How have these challenges impacted their journey today? What shared values have also shaped their 12-year love streak? Stick with us to find out more. As their relationship blossomed, McConaughey and Alves faced the typical challenges of any couple, but with added pressures from public attention. They had to figure out a way to handle blending their lives together while maintaining their individual identities. Matthew McConaughey has spoken about how important it was for him to find someone who could match his energy and ambition while also being grounded. He has publicly praised Alves for how she complements him both personally and professionally, and the couple shares similar values regarding family and life goals, which has been a cornerstone of their relationship. One of the most significant aspects of their relationship is their commitment to parenting. They have 3 children. Their oldest, Levi, was born in 2008. Vida came along in 2010, and their youngest child, Livingston, was born in 2012. Both parents are actively involved in their children's lives, prioritizing family time despite their busy careers. McConaughey has frequently spoken about his parenting philosophy, which is rooted in love, respect, and open communication. He believes in encouraging his children to be independent thinkers while providing them with a strong moral foundation. Alves shares this approach too. She emphasizes the importance of teaching their children about gratitude, kindness, and hard work. The couple often shares glimpses of their family life on social media, showcasing fun outings, adventures, and everyday moments that depict their close-knit family. They have been known to take family trips together, which also helps in creating lasting memories. Like many celebrity couples, McConaughey and Alves have faced challenges related to public scrutiny. The pressures of fame can strain relationships. However, they have managed to maintain a strong bond by prioritizing open communication and mutual support. They have openly discussed how they navigate the challenges of being in the public eye while trying to maintain normalcy for their children. McConaughey has mentioned that he tries to shield his family from excessive media attention whenever possible. He values privacy and has made conscious choices about what aspects of his personal life he shares publicly. This approach helps create a sense of security for their children as they grow up in an environment where fame is part of their parents' lives, but not all-consuming. Still on shared values and interests, both are passionate about health and wellness. They often engage in outdoor activities such as hiking or surfing together as a family. They also share strong beliefs about giving back to the community. Matthew McConaughey has been involved in various charitable endeavors over the years. Alves also participates in philanthropic activities focused on education and health initiatives. Their shared commitment to philanthropy helps them bond on another level as partners working toward common goals beyond just their immediate family. Effective communication is vital in any relationship, and Matthew McConaughey has mentioned that he values Alves's perspective during discussions and disagreements, and also appreciates her ability to challenge him while also providing support when needed. While McConaughey and Alves are known for being a power couple, they also value individuality within their marriage. Both partners have pursued successful careers independently. This balance allows them to grow both personally and together as a couple. They encourage each other's ambitions while ensuring that they maintain quality time together as a family. Alves's work as an entrepreneur complements McConaughey's acting career. She runs her lifestyle brand Mamma Mia, while also engaging in modeling projects. Despite this seemingly balanced approach to their family life, the internal tensions and friction are insane. Starting with their cultural differences, we mentioned that Matthew McConaughey was born and raised in Texas, where he was immersed in Southern culture, which is often big on strong family ties, traditional values, and a laid-back lifestyle. Texan culture around McConaughey's upbringing instilled in him a sense of adventure and a deep appreciation for nature, which he often shares with his children. In contrast, Camila Alves hails from Brazil, where cultural norms can be quite different. Brazilian culture is known for its warmth and expressiveness, but also for strong familial bonds. In Brazil, family gatherings often involve large groups of relatives coming together to celebrate life events with food, music, and dance. Alves's upbringing emphasized community and connection, which she has sought to instill in her own family. These cultural differences have led to subtle but impactful disagreements between McConaughey and Alves. For instance, while McConaughey might prioritize outdoor activities or individual pursuits for their children, Alves may emphasize the importance of social interactions and community involvement. Their cultural backgrounds also influence their parenting styles. McConaughey's Texan roots tend to favor a more independent approach, whereas Alves brings her Brazilian heritage into their parenting by emphasizing family connections and traditions. Personally, she is known for celebrating her culture through cooking traditional Brazilian meals and sharing stories from her childhood with their children. Truly, this blend of parenting styles creates a rich environment for their kids, but can also lead to moments of tension when their approaches differ. The biggest impact of this cultural difference was felt in Camila Alves's relationship with her mother-in-law. The relationship between Camila Alves McConaughey and her mother-in-law had its fair share of ups and downs, particularly during the early days of Camila and Matthew McConaughey's romance. Matthew McConaughey's close relationship with his mother, Mary Kathleen McConaughey, also known as Mama Kay, has been a significant factor in his marriage to Alves. Mama Kay has always been an influential figure in McConaughey's life. However, her initial treatment of Alves reportedly caused some tension within the family. When Alves first entered the picture, Mama Kay had high expectations for her son's partner. She was protective of McConaughey and may have had reservations about Alves due to cultural differences or concerns about her son's well-being. This approach reportedly created an uncomfortable environment for Alves as she aimed to fit into her new role within the family. Going a little deeper into her early struggles, the first hurdle Camila had to cross as she entered the McConaughey family was a challenging initiation. Her mother-in-law employed a series of tests that left Camila feeling scrutinized. For instance, Mama Kay would call Camila by the names of Matthew's ex-girlfriends, which was not only confusing, but also hurtful. Additionally, she would speak to Camila in a broken version of Spanish, and it appeared as though she was trying to put her down or gauge her reaction. Camila confessed that Mama Kay was really testing her, which created a great deal of friction. Despite Alves's efforts to connect, the situation only escalated. One of such examples was Alves inviting Mama Kay on a business trip to Istanbul. During this trip, Mama Kay shared stories that further complicated their relationship, leading to a heated argument between the two women. McConaughey often found himself in the position of mediator, trying to balance his mother's expectations with his wife's desires. The breaking point came when Camila decided to stand up for herself. In a moment of frustration, she confronted Mama Kay directly, and after their back-and-forth exchange, Mama Kay acknowledged Camila's strength by saying, "Okay, Now you're in. This moment started a new phase in their relationship, as it seemed Mama Kay was only looking for Camila to assert herself rather than simply accept her treatment. Matthew McConaughey, caught in the middle of this family drama, offered his own perspective on the situation. He explained that the McConaughey family has a tradition of testing newcomers as a rite of passage. According to him, this is a way of ensuring that those who join the family can handle the rigors and humor that come with it. He jokingly noted that the family might make you cry before welcoming you back with a drink, suggesting that this tough love is part of their familial bond. Despite the backlash from fans who viewed Mama Kay's behavior as toxic, Matthew defended his mother, stating that she was merely looking out for him and testing Camila's commitment. He emphasized that humor and a sense of resilience are valued in their family, which may not resonate with everyone but is integral to their identity. They have since developed a close bond, often seen enjoying each other's company and sharing laughs. What are your thoughts about the McConaughey's approach to fame and family? Let us know in the comments. Remember to like, share, and subscribe for more. Also, click the following video shown on your screen. You will enjoy it.